be an entrepreneur. What got you into that business? Was it a personal thing that you did, or you just found there was an opportunity?
Well, I think if you go into the things that you personally love, that can work out, but you can also be blind.
True.
And so what I try to do is I look at, my first job was in data communications and I knew nothing about it.
Yeah.
But I went there because there was a war occurring between the former monopoly guys who got broken up and all the people who wanted to eat their business.
Yeah.
And so Terry Matthews said it's a war, this is what it works, and that's a big thing. And so I then did that world for 10 years. And then I went into water, wastewater, because not everybody in urban centers was getting really quickly dense in places like India, and we had to figure out how to fit stuff under what was already occupied. And that was okay, but it was a big idea, big theme. And on this one, I saw some newspaper articles saying that the police chiefs hated the laws for cannabis, and at that time Stephen Harper was the prime minister, and so it was sort of obvious he was going to fix those laws because the cops being unhappy meant his electorate base wouldn't be happy. And so I was like, that's a big trend. And as soon as you look at it, you go, holy mackerel, there's a lot of people who like cannabis. If Canada quits ignoring it and regulates it properly, that's a big business. And so that was the depth of the big trend analysis, and then you dig in.
Okay, so you got into it because you saw there was an opportunity?
Big trend. I think big public policy eruptions or changes create huge waves of opportunity. So I'm not a big fan of trying to invent the next amazing thing because I don't know how to. But if you figure out public policy eruptions and you ride those waves, they're pretty powerful.
So you got to figure out what trends are going to happen and find that way.
Like we saw people make wax of money on trends around solar power, wind power. We saw people make quite good businesses around things where they're trying to figure out about carbon credits and how we used to do, sort of management of that whole file. And we see things like now where you're seeing potentially a change in why will trucks be driven by people? So you can see e-cars, e-transit, so you just look at what's going to happen if the regs change, where's it going to change everything?
Very true.